Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, I was about 25 miles, 25 miles from that ammunition plant that blew up today.
All right, so let me see this. I actually got a text about this and a recommendation to cover this with you. Like right as I opened the panel up. So let me see. Newsmax, and shout out to who sent this to me. I guess I don't. Two things happened this morning in Tennessee that were within 1 hour of each other and may or may not be connected. The first is that was a security breach at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, that concerned a possible bomb. The area has been cleared, and the U.S. Army MPs and CID are investigating. The FBI is also involved. About an hour later, a community named Bucksnort, a munitions plant, blew up, killing several employees and injuring others, with employee vehicles being blown over a very large area, completely destroyed. There is nothing left. The very large plant
20. Yeah.
that was on about 2,200 acres. Every law enforcement agency is on that one. The explosion was heard over 50 miles away, with some damage to homes within that range. Wow.
Yeah, I heard it. I didn't know what it was at first.
How far away from it are you?
About 20, 25 miles.
No shit.
That's nuts.
And that was the munitions plant?
Yeah.
All right.
Munitions for the DOD and special ordnance.
Sure.
This is freaking me out so bad.
I know a little bit about how those safety situations are handled. It would take it would take a significant device to breach several containments in order to, especially from the outside, because those places, once things become explosives, they're built like freaking tanks from the inside out. You know, just in case something goes off, it would take a significant.
And I'm not sure what armament they were building.
How do you have a munition plant making? I mean, you wouldn't get one huge explosion out of if you had a whole bunch of bullets.
Exactly.
Well, gunpowder.
No, when you're doing gunpowder, the gunpowder is brought in relatively small quantities, and the runs are done in relatively small numbers. And when I say relatively, we're talking like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of rounds.
They didn't make small arms ammunition. They made the big.
But let's scale up that logic, right? If you've got, like, let's say a 9mm bullet, right, that goes off, you know how big that explosion will be. Mm-hmm. Let's say how many. But how many, like, to blow up something that's 2,200 square feet entirely?
No, you're thinking about it wrong. This isn't a 9mm factory.
I know, but let's say it's a rocket, right? This is like
okay, totally different.
I assume you're dealing with one explosion.
No. You have rocket fuel, and most of the rockets that are built like that utilize a solid rocket fuel. And so you basically have this big powder shit that comes in and gets compressed into either discs or tubes. And then that's inserted into the rocket body, and then the motor itself is inserted behind it. I'm not going to get much more detailed than that, but there's not a whole lot more to it. After that, it's payload. The payloads, at least from what I've read, typically come in fully assembled and safetied out. And they're not unsafetied until they are actually loaded onto the aircraft. And so while the explosives do exist, the mechanisms by which they are exploded legitimately, like, because you can have an inappropriate explosion take place on one of these warheads, and it'll be like a quarter stick of dynamite going off because it just blows itself apart instead of actually detonating the full warhead. But the way they're locked out, that's almost impossible. What you would have to have in this type of a facility, a device that would rip through multiple containment areas and detonate everything simultaneously. We're talking an ammo truck. Like think when
you said 22, did you mean 22,000 or 2,200 square feet?
I don't. Hold on, let me look at it again. I don't know which one I said. Or
you said 2,200.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, they're both wrong. 2,200 acres. Acres.
Yeah.
So
it was a huge ammunition plant.
I just don't know how you have that many. That is either one massive explosion, right? And maybe I'm wrong.
Chain
Maybe I don't understand how
reaction.
missiles are
Yep.
made, right? But I got to think in these we've been making ammunition the same way for a long fucking time.
What was the
right? How do
was
you
the
have?
name of the
How do you
place?
blow up something that big, and not have like one pop off? We lost a wing. We lost an acre.
What was the name of the munitions place?
It was called
Emerald or go ahead.
There should be nothing but a hole left there.
Yeah, no, it looks a bit like the what was that freaking explosion in World War
is the
I?
community.
The Somme. It looks like the Somme over there.
It's an independent ammunition maker.
Sounds
sure
like
it's
some
independent?
Twin Towers shit to me.
Nah,
Rock,
You know,
rock.
Fort Campbell's too far away from Bucksnort for it to be tied.
Yeah, but a munitions place? Come
No.
on. That's
I'm talking about
they
it
would-
being a controlled.
They would be
explosion.
tied
yeah, oh
because
yeah.
if I'm gonna, I know that there's 2 sheriffs on duty at any time in my town. If I wanted to rob a neighbor, I would just call in a robbery across town. Right?
Two sheriffs.
Right. That's the active police force in my little suburb.
With no idea of what the actual floor plan to that specific factory or specifically what they were making, you would either have to have a huge freaking device or you would have to get it to a very specific point inside. Because if they're dealing with explosives on the regular, they have all kinds of safety shit in place to prevent it from becoming a major issue. Things break down. One thing, like you see the classic TV explosions of the gasoline catching on fire and it riding over to the car. That doesn't happen. That's not the way that goes down at all. There's a little whoop, and then it'll burn out, or it'll go out, or you can go put the top on it and it'll go out. In any event, when you have an explosive conflagration, that's a totally different equation. Because if you can manage to get one of those warheads to actually detonate, which is probably more likely than a device actually being brought in, is somebody inside going click, 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 bam.
And you know the mentality of the people that work down south or the education level.
I don't have any idea.
That's right.
I mean, you're laughing like some yokels, but I mean, this is a fucking. You think that they just pull it in, you dumb fucks, off the street and having you run this shit?
I'm just
saying.
Actually, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, shit.
I'd be the best example.
I
Actually,
keep
know for a
forgetting the
fact
world
they
isn't
do.
competent.
Have you seen the youth of today? My
No
God.
shit. Oh
My God, today. Woo.
They are scary as
Well,
shit.
Not
just
my
the
circus.
youth.
The whole point of me having the conversation talking about what I'm talking about is all right, have you ever met MSHA or OSHA representatives?
Yes, I have.
Right. So saying, oh, well, it was an accident or carelessness or something, the whole process of safety in those facilities is so that it doesn't become a carelessness thing. You can't carelessly do shit because you have to lock out everything you go to.
That's what I'm
Lock out,
saying.
tag out.
That's
I
not
don't
true
see how-
though. I worked in a facility that people would cut corners and we would have explosions.
I mean, we'll take our safety glasses off or cut some corners, but to have an explosion this motherfucking big, it's not one corner.
Think about all the munitions that they have at this facility.
We don't know. We don't know what that would be.
Exactly.
Sorry, my bad.
But I mean, they had that in Houston as well with like the oil refinement plants in Pasadena. There was like one that would blow up every couple of years, and then you get chemicals all in the. Yeah, they're sloppy.
Yes, they are.
It takes a little bit of effort to be sloppy in some of those.
But like an oil well, right? Oil's liquid; it runs around and it'll get I don't know.
Well, these
when
are
I see something
chemical
completely
plants.
a complete demolition, it's not even like they stored it over this side. We blew up half the facility where they stored the gunpowder. It's like, well, the whole thing is completely gone.
The parking lot's gone. The concrete that it was sitting on
The
is gone.
cars are gone.
Fucking cars are gone. The trees within 10,000 yards, they're gone. It looks like the Psalm. It is amazing.
It makes me wonder what's underneath it.
No shit.
Nothing now.
What is,
Yeah, I think that might have been an umbrella.
like I
Okay.
said, I think it was a controlled explosion
Think so?
or whatever might be underneath it.
Could be just
Oops.
sloppy.
Now
Because
we
why?
can
they
get-
blow
Yeah,
up every now and
that would
then.
make sense. I mean,
This
really,
is the
though.
picture that we have from the Associated Press.
Mm.
Oh,
That
what
looks
do
like
we
some
got?
random fire.
Look,
hole.
look, it's nothing. It's just it's gone.
Oh, there's a better picture that was put out after that
Look how fat these people. Look at this.
of the. Hey, you're in the South, dude.
I am technically
Yeah,
in
man, we're
Kansas
corn
right now.
fed around here. What the hell? We eat cornbread and pinto beans. What do you expect?
I'm allergic to
There you
beans.
go.
I know
Fried
you
chicken.
chicken, Papa.
Everything's deep fried. There you go. There's what's left of it.
I eat more
Wow.
chicken than any man ever seen.
That's
Yeah, look
huge.
at where that
Okay,
is.
so that
That
makes
is
me
in the middle of
wonder now
nothing,
about the
nowhere.
fire that I seen
To
today.
have a mistake that so complete. I just like the totality of this evisceration is what's suspicious to me. Like they didn't, not one office survived. They got nothing there. The explosion,
no paperwork,
the
nothing.
explosive item was so perfectly centered and powerful enough that it took out everything.
They
You
do, like,
could have
two
been-
explosions. Like some
Hold
Could
on.
have been a
like, two
chain
explosions.
reaction.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Are
not
there
what
any
the
human
sound made.
casualties?
You heard the sound. No,
No.
Judy, hold on. That is not what
Oh,
the
I
sound.
heard the sound this morning. Yeah.
The sound
Oh,
says
it's a
it was a
military
single.
mission plant.
It was a single massive detonation. That sound says that by the time you heard it, everyone there was dead.
And I could see where they compress the material. I could see where the malfunction would have caused that.
But that wouldn't. We've all seen like on the 4th of July when somebody gets like their box of fireworks lit on fire and that motherfucker's blowing up for like half an hour.
It goes
Man,
there
right.
and over there and over here and over there and out there. And there's 10,000 little explosions. There's no little explosions around this. That bitch went and was gone. That
There
was
was
it. It was
two-
over.
there
It was
was
vapor.
two-
There was nothing larger than a toothpick left of it. If you go look out in the field, you might find somebody's buttons.
Look at this shit. That's crazy. This doesn't even look real.
That
This
is
looks
crazy.
like that's crazy.
I was just
This,
fixing to say,
this is on the outskirts. This is shit that was blown away from the facility.
if
What?
Okay,
you
watch it from
told
the
me-
beginning. This is the facility.
that's the facility, dude. If
There's
you told
nothing
me,
you can
And because the
see the
pictures I
frame.
saw showed a parking lot.
Chuck, are you
Still.
telling me that this
That's what's
video from the
there.
Associated Press where they've got a drone flying over and zooming into this smoldering pit, you don't think that this is the whole thing?
the parking
I
lot is
don't-
over there. You're looking at it 180 degrees from the other picture. I know the picture you're talking about. And yeah, it looks a little more devastating. But if you told me that yesterday there was a fertilizer plant here, I would have to believe you. If you told me it was a granary, I would have to believe you because there's nothing there that would tell you what the hell was here.
A bomb,
That's
but
an
they
old
made
truck,
bombs.
too.
There's the facility right there.
That's
That's
in-
what you
Was.
fucking shit.
Amazing, Chuck. You're amazing. That's in the fucking thing
How
that we
the
were
hell
looking
did
at.
that fucking pole survive?
No.
Oh,
That's
I've seen
And those
shit
dumpsters.
explode where at the steel mill, and you wonder how shit was still standing.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still standing, though, nevertheless.
Not all of it, parts of it.
Right. That's my fucking point.
Well,
Like,
let's get
you
the
saw
rest
shit-
of the information before
Where?
we start jumping to.
Okay. Chuck, do you think that we will ever be told the full truth?
I doubt it.
Do you
Because
think
this
that they
was,
will did-
Never.
this was a DOD facility, so I doubt it.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not going to tell us the truth either
Wow.
way. They'll probably
They're not
say it was a
telling us
mistake.
And
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, down here, they just line you up and put you to work. It don't matter what the job is.
I bet you I could
Because-
not get a job at that facility. I bet you I couldn't.
I probably couldn't
Bet you
either at the
could.
one here.
Oh
But I
boy,
do know
But
somebody
most
that
of
works
this
there.
panel couldn't get a job there.
Armin set me off.
Hey, I just read and I went to their website. It says
Yeah.
established in 1980, Accurate Energetic System, LLC, AES, proudly holds certificate as a SBA, woman-owned small business, and stands in forefront of energetic industry.
I don't think that's significant.
Well, yeah, women were in charge.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Blame the women. There you
I
go,
just-
Harmon. You
that's
got
what-
it.
Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Where were you at the debate?
that's where I was just going to put it in there. It's
All
a
right,
small.
that makes sense now. I'm with you.
Okay, that's all I was saying.
I
Oh,
get
wait,
you,
are
Harvey.
you saying
It's
this
probably a
is
pressure cooker. They're probably trying to cook something.
No, my problem.
They
Did
forgot
they-
to turn the gas on the stove off.
Oops.
Right?
I just thought that was just a little humor for it.
Yeah, that's what I was
All right,
supposed to
dude.
do on the way out. Shit.
So
Okay.
does that
Wow,
mean
that
that it's a
town-
small? I don't understand. Explain this. Okay, Sasquatch is always good about this. It says it's proudly holds a certification of a SBA, small woman.
Small
Does that
business
mean
admin.
women own it or what?
So it's
No,
a tax thing.
no.
It's a tax thing. No, when you get government contracts, they prioritize local businesses that are owned either by women or minorities. Right? It's just a business maneuver.
Oh, okay, I
Yes.
didn't know what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
SBA doesn't mean it's a woman.
Well, that's
We
what it
can-
says.
But
Woman
it was
owned.
definitely a woman that, or maybe she was. It might have been an Asian woman driving.
That's small as a small
Tennessee?
one.
Association,
No,
is that what SBA
no.
is?
I can prove that it's not. The left blinker was not on.
You know, the left blinker wasn't left.
I can
she-
prove I was at
She
home
saw
when it
a
happened.
spider. She saw a spider. All right, let's get some bombs for this.
When you hear the sirens or anti-aircraft guns, you must get under cover at once. Take cover at once, but there's no need to rush. If you take things quietly, you will prevent panic in others. You must not stand staring up at the sky. That's the most dangerous thing to do. If you're within 5 minutes of your home, go home, but keep away from the window. If you're in a car, get off the main road, leave it clear for the defense services. For the same reason, park as near to the curb as possible. If you're in the open with no cover, lie down, preferably in a ditch. Never forget to carry your gas mask. Always remember to see that your blackout is as black as soot. But the most important rule of all is never to stand staring at the sky. If you don't take cover, you may get hurt.
You know how that town got its name, right?
No.
A buck snorted around there?
Nope. For snort a moonshine only cost $1.
That's dope.
That's
And a
funny.
snort is about a shot.
I was.
Yeah.
I used to give away the first snort for free, but it wasn't moonshine.
Oh my God,
Well,
Flo.
Damn
You
you, Dusty.
kid.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, they had every kind of explosive there. It says manufacturing and processing bulk explosives, fabrication, energetic device and explosions. It says LAP, load assemble pack operations, casting of specialty melt pour explosive devices, pressing of explosive munition pellets, explosive testing and characterizations.
Wow.
So
What are
they
all
had
those used for?
everything you could think there.
Yeah.
No, that's not everything you can think. That's comp being better. That's not rocket fuel. That's not typically gunpowder, although it can be utilized in a compressed fashion under certain circumstances, shape charges and whatnot, things like that.
So what's pressing explosives? Is that what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
I never heard of that before.
Well, when you do rocket fuel for a rocket body, you basically mix it up as a slurry, and then you put it in a mold and you smush it, and some of the fluid comes out and drips back into the original vat, and then everything is washed down, and you put it into a very light kiln where everything is like very, very dry, and it's not super hot, but it's warm enough to make sure it dries all the way through in like 6 hours or 8 hours or whatever. Those things go off. They tend to go off like a bottle rocket, not so much like boom, but more of a kind of thing, right?
Right.
You might need to explain smish.
Well, he means
these-
smashed. I know what he meant by it. Everybody knew what he meant.
These northern folk, they don't understand our terminology.
Bless their hearts.
I watched a thing earlier that had a Ring doorbell camera. I think it was 8 miles away, and it caught the audio of the explosion.
Yeah, there
was. Oh, it was huge.
Well, not just the huge. It's not the hugeness of the sound. It's the sound profile, the way it looks when you visually represent it. It's
you got links to those. I want to see them Ring cameras.
And you got to remember, this is in a valley.
You're talking about this explosion just now?
Yeah.
8 miles away?
Yeah, and it sounded like somebody clapped, and there was virtually no echo to it, which is kind of odd.
You can hear
we got hills or mountains. It's in a mountainous area.
Sure, I get that, and it's possible
to make it echo more.
No, not
necessarily.
If the Ring doorbell was facing away from the explosion, then it's more likely to catch an echo than it is to catch the initial explosion. The initial explosion would have to be pretty loud to be heard, right? And if it's facing directly towards the explosion, there's not going to be an echo at all, because the explosion, the effects of the explosion would push it out. The echo wouldn't come back. But that's not what it appeared to show. It appeared to show the blast, the visible blast residue, the, what do you call it? Condensation wavefront. The condensation wavefront of the blast goes from left to right across the camera like that quick.
Kind of like a sonic boom.
It's blast.
But it's static. Yes.
All right, let's listen to this press release.
45 this morning. We had a very devastating blast at Accurate Arms. Very devastating blast. It encompassed one whole building that was on the facilities. We do have several people at this time that's unaccounted for. We are trying to be mindful of families and that situation. We do have some folks, we can confirm that we do have some that are deceased, but we're going to go back and, like I say, talk to these families, notify these families, and let these families know what's going on. We do have the scene as secure as possible at this time. You may hear some smaller explosions around the scene, but they are things that we have taken into consideration. We know that it's secure. The scene is secure as far as no more mass explosions or larger explosions. We do have the ATF on scene with us. We have the State Fire, Bomb, and Arson with us. TBI and Homeland Security as well. We're working this as a joint operation between Humphreys County and Hickman County. As you can see behind me is Sheriff Kraft. We also have our Odell Pointer, which is our EMA director. And forgive me, sir, I didn't remember your name with my Hickman County EMA director. we've got a lot of moving parts. We got a very big investigation. This is not going to be something that we're going to be like a car wreck or something like that we're just going to clean up the debris and leave. We're going to probably be here for a few days. Again, we're trying to take as much time as was needed. Right now, we're prioritizing people
As
that are
much time as
involved,
needed
their
to
families,
say this shit.
and trying to be very compassionate toward them. Am I leaving out anything, Sheriff?
I'm not sure. Kind of where we're at. As the sheriff said, we are at the beginning stages of all of this, so we're getting information. We're getting information, just minute by minute, and we're going to continue to build on that and do what we need to do. So, just with that, like I said, just keep the families and everyone in your prayers as we go through this the next few days.
Just to clarify, Sheriff, if you don't mind, could you characterize when you say individuals involved, either committed or deceased? Is this above a dozen, below a dozen? Do you have any type of...
I don't want to put that kind of information out there right now because we are vetting that. We've had such a massive response that now we're trying to slow down, identify things. And for those of you that was around me during the flood, we had some mistakes during the flood of some things that was put out there as names and numbers and that kind of thing. And I don't want that today. We're trying to be very methodical in what we're doing and making sure that we take the time to recognize and find out each and every one of these individuals and their family. And I'm putting these families and anybody that's involved first and foremost right now. As I say, we got the scene secure. I want to also talk about Accurate Arms. Accurate is open their arms to us. They're cooperating with us in any way, in every way possible. They're wanting to figure out this just as much as we are. So that's where we're at right now. And I appreciate everybody here. I appreciate the information. Again, I'd just like to ask for us all to be mindful of the families and everybody.
Speaking of families, I understand they're at gate 3. Wish the families be learning they're seeing this right now. What are you advising them to do? Have not been able to make contact with us.
Good question. And we're trying to get that information. We're working with their HR. We're trying to get family members.
Did you say you guys opened it back?
Yeah, well, a Cardinal Conservative's here. I was just verifying it was him.
Okay. Is he up?
Yeah, he's straight. Actually, you remember YouTube brought back a whole bunch of different channels?
Yes.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
He got his channel back from like 2 or 3 years ago.
There's people getting it back for 5 too.
If I can drive
got
out,
a couple of people 5 years.
If I can drive out there tomorrow, I'll see how close I can get.
That would be dope.
I
want to go with you.
Take a handicap sticker so you can say you can get in closer. You had to park closer.
I got one.
I know. I say, I can't park out here. I'm handicapped. I got to get into the handicap section.
Can I offer a tiny bit of mapping advice there, bud? Instead of trying to the facility itself, try to find an overlook mountain where you can go and look at the from a distance, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, there's a couple of ridges on both sides.
There's 19 killed.
So yeah, I know this is the same place. This is 10 years ago. April 16th, 2014.
Yeah, that's what my friend said that I checked with the military. She said it was nitroglycerin that's there, and it exploded like a decade ago.
I believe that
on this one, on the old one.
She said it happens.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with this information. I just thought it was interesting that either this is kind of a sloppy facility, or this is kind of the norm in munitions, which I don't think it is, or this is kind of a target, right?
The people down here are dense, Flo. I hate to say it.
I have to take your word for it because I don't know better, but I have to be. I just find it hard to believe that the DOD can't figure out how to effectively make ammunition.
All the DOD does is order it. It's up to the plant to make it.
Yeah. And you know what? I think Harmon might have a point though.
What's that?
You ever seen woman like with a gun? She's talking with it and gesturing over here and there.
I would lay my sister.
Oh, will you hand me that? Boom.
With a pistol against any crackers.
I know. I'm just talking shit. Actually,
my sister
did he say he would lay his sister? What?
Yes. In competition,
No, Chuck,
against
that's
me, you
another
crack.
one of those Tennesseeisms. I said I would trust my sister.
No,
Wait, I didn't say anything
Sasquatch
about my
said it.
sister. What the fuck?
Sasquatch did.
Yeah, I remember there's a guy in chat saying how times changed because in the 60s, I'd go to the gun store or whatever like that. And my grandpa would
For a
actually buy
nickel.
2 or 3 sticks of dynamite. You know, you could just do that, you know,
You
but
get
now
2
look at
sticks
this.
of dynamite and 3 movies for a nickel back in the day.
Yeah, but
Right.
you used to go there and get the dynamite. When we had stuff out on the farm, you need to blow up stumps and stuff like that. They just go get the dynamite.
I had
Yeah.
a
I mean,
number.
Hold on.
you
Let me.
need.
I'm late to this. I'm late to this. Jeremy sends in another 20, and he says, "This is how men run shit."
Oh yeah, all men and women have the right.
Oh my god. Oh my god, is that it?
That's so gay.
Who's gay?
Chuck.
What?
No, this damn bullshit up at the store. They're just like being dick bags.
Dick
I have no
bag.
idea. No, we don't have any
Bags of dicks there, bro.
To have you back, Em. I missed this sort of random.
Are you
They
still
all
walking
do.
to the store, Barbie? You're still walking 4 or 5 miles a day?
Oh, to the store? To go
Yeah.
to the grocery store? Yeah, I do that occasionally still. Last time I did it, I had to carry a gallon of milk back. I was pretty pissed about that. So I hadn't done it in a while. I was fucking pissed. But I
Bro,
needed milk.
a gallon of milk doesn't feel
What do you
very
do?
walking around the store, but about half a mile down the damn road, that motherfucker turns into 500 pounds.
Yeah. Wait till
I
these
like-
things
like-
Yeah.
I'd have left a gallon of milk at the edge of the Walmart parking lot. Like, this is all right. I don't need cereal today.
So you don't do your walking
Oh
as
my
much as
God.
you used to, huh, Barbie?
No, not as much as I used to because I can't be out in the sun. I can't be out in the sunlight a lot because
Oh, okay.
Why?
the sun messes with some of the medication that I'm on. So I
She's
can't.
You
Yeah.
have vampire pills?
No, she's just that person.
No. No, for one,
Y'all,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
dip
any
out.
hair.
I'll
Two,
catch
it's
y'all
the
on tomorrow.
medication.
All right.
Bye,
Good night,
guys.
Teddy.
See
Thank you
ya.
for joining.
Bye, Teddy.
Yeah,
No,
I
all
can't
the
eat.
medication I'm on does something to my immune system, and it makes it like hard for me to be out in the sun without getting burnt like pretty bad.
It's
I
called
can't
old
eat
age.
grapefruit.
Getting older.
That part too. Yeah,
I
for
jumped
sure.
up because Chuck was telling me in chat that I was swiped out and dragged today.
Yes, you were.
By
At
who?
OTW TML
Well, for what?
At
for
OTW?
being in the chat. TML was dogging on
Oh.
her.
Oh, in chat or on
And chat.
stage?
Yeah,
That's some bitch.
chat
That doesn't
in
even.
chat.
Oh, that doesn't count. Yeah.
That is.
Oh, that don't count.
If he can't say it with his mouth.
What did he say though? I mean, that's kind of goofy.
He said you were too stupid to understand the conversation. You realized that there was far superior intellect on the panel, and
His
that's why
panel?
you quit. Yeah.
Oh, he's responding to what I said at Dusty's yesterday with how I quit because I was uncomfortable because that guy started crying. I get it now.
Y'all made a dude cry.
I guess
It
so, but I
happens.
mean,
A few
I'm
of them, I
not-
think.
Damn.
I don't see myself as making people cry. It's just weird. So I mean, yeah, I just kind of pushed.
So
back
that's
on
why
some
you behave
narratives.
recklessly and abusively.
I
Hey
was
man, just because
surprised.
women say what's on their mind, all of a sudden it's reckless and abusive. But when you guys say it, it's just having a conversation.
That's right.
We be men.
At
And
least
it's
you know
so
your
weird.
place, Barbie. At least you know your place.
Oh,
Now
That's
make it
bullshit.
sad.
That's how I feel about that.
that's funny.
Y'all know I'm not gonna be quiet about shit, especially if it's like about the National Park Service or
Oh
an
Lord.
explosion. Don't even get me started on an explosion.
Y'all
Because
are
let me
so
find out
closed down,
that
man. They won't
company is
open
a
it back up.
subsidiary to RTX, and then it's on like Donkey Kong.
Now, if I was correct by that news report you just played, it was only one building that blew up.
So the article I just pulled. Well, okay, let me go back to the first
It did say that on the news report, one building.
On the article I just showed, that was from 10 years ago. That was just one building.
But the one the guy was talking said one building.
Yeah,
that would make sense why only 19 people are missing. If it was the whole complex, you'd have a lot more than 19 people. One building, 19 people
True.
makes more sense.
Yeah,
but they keep their numbers small at those places too.
Yeah, but the complex that huge, it would have more than 19 people.
Oh,
They
yeah,
had 19
for
people in one building for sure.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to me that, and I don't know if anyone was paying attention besides, I know Sasquatch squawked last night when I referenced it. This happens like the day after Comex got ran. There's a run on Comex. Silver and gold
Comex.
prices